Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Shandy. Does anyone know any sound editing software that can make your voice not sound like a chipmunk? I got this new mic, and then I did a reading for Suzanne Morphew, and I can't post it because I literally sound like a high-pitched chipmunk, and I don't know what to do. So if anyone knows anything about that, please let me know. Like, I need something that I can put in sound and have it just read a different voice over my messed up chipmunk voice. Do you know what I mean? It's a really good reading and I want to post it. Anywho, okay, let's begin. So anyway, if anyone can fix my sound in my video, email me and I'll give you readings or pay you or something. I need to be able to post that video. And I sound like a chipmunk. Okay, let's begin. Is Sammy's relationship happy or just a facade? How is Sammy's relationship? It's like I care, but I'm going against my logic to stay. So it does feel like there is some kind of clear issues. It's like I'm seeing the issue. I'm seeing that my brain is telling me I could do better or that something's off here. But at the same time, I care too much to listen to my brain. Yes, Lucky. I always forget. I need to start to try to remember to put the date in somehow. Why has the song It's Complicated by Avril Lavigne been playing in my head repeatedly for the last 4 days? What message am I supposed to get? Letting go of some belief that your brain thinks you need in order to keep you safe that was programmed in childhood, reprogramming it helps you get what you want. It's almost like there's some guilt around being happy. Like, it's complicated is like, yeah, this is definitely not easy to unpack. But if you can, you're free from this belief that's holding you back, that your mind has convinced you is a way of keeping you safe. So like shrinking, hiding, lowering your voice, not standing up for yourself, something in like that category. It's happening because of that. And when you unpack that, that will stop happening. Message from my guides and a song. Sugar We're Going Down by Fall Out Boy. Sugar We're Going Down Swinging. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Don't give them another chance to show you that they're not emotionally inept to swim in the same depth as you. It's not that you're too deep. It's just that they're not used to swimming that deep. They're used to swimming in the shallow end. Message from guides. These cards will not shuffle today. Message from guides. It almost feels like you and your brain are in an argument. And if you come together and have it as you and your brain versus the problem instead of you versus your brain, you'll be able to come up to a solution. it almost feels like a matter of self-trust that disguised itself as what's that word I'm looking for when you don't do something right away? No, it begins with a P. Hesitation, when you push things away. Getting down to the root and unpacking it there. It's like your brain is lying to you, telling you that you're not ready for something or that something's not in your availability to handle right now, if that makes sense. Any messages for me? Any messages for Claire? Procrastination. That's the word I was just looking for. Anyway, your message is kind of the same. It's almost like when you take action externally, the internal will start to make more sense. You just need a change of scenery, if that makes sense. A change of scenery that brings you some kind of ease will go a long way. Gets you back in the present moment. Will John's outlook on life adjust with his current medical challenges? Kind of is like this speeding up of existential dread in a way. It's like the tower, I want to avoid it, the inevitable. Two of Swords, I'm pretending not to see. Knight of Swords, how quickly it's coming. How is that going to translate in a positive or negative way? I feel like there's going to be a season of very heavy avoidance first, before anything else. I got a visit from my Granny Margaret the other night, and I was wondering what the message was. Yes, that was me. Found my way in to tell you to move. Yes, that's me. I found my way in. Movement in the area of the legacy I leave behind is not just in what I do, but in what I meant to you. Movement in what I meant to you. Movement in what I meant to you. Who would Granny Margaret be telling you needs your support right now? Like, almost like a nudge. Hero by Mariah Carey. Yeah. Like guidance towards a person who can use what you have to offer right now in terms of support. More than you may realize. Yeah, I tried CapCut. I don't know. I would show you the video, but it's going to mess up everybody's sound. I don't know. Like, it literally sounds like the mic turned me into a chipmunk and then put me in a pool. Like, I don't understand what happened. But you can kind of make out the words. It just sounds like I'm screaming them in a whisper. But I did a podcast episode right before that and everything was fine. So I'm like, all right, that makes sense. Message from a cousin that passed away. Message from your cousin. Keep taking action, not in trying to push forward, but in cutting away what's not supposed to come with you in that direction. The more you cut away, the more forward you will move. You don't have to force the progress. You just have to release the resistance. Why haven't I been able to make any sales or get any leads? Will that change soon so I can start making money? Extreme isolation causing things not to move forward. It's like you're not being seen enough or needing to, you know what's coming to my mind? I don't know what kind of sales you're talking about, but on Instagram, there's these videos where they are like ridiculous videos where it's like something ridiculous. And then the person pops up and they're like, check me out at blah, blah, blah. Like, I can't think of an example right now. Almost like needing to do something that's dramatic, but attention grabbing is kind of what I'm seeing there. Or like some kind of strategy where if it's not attention grabbing, a strategy where you're teaching and the teaching of something is the real, like reeling in, if that makes sense. Will that change soon so I can start making money? Definitely not as soon as you'd like. You got to find the blockage. The frustrating part is that this is meant to teach you something, and until you learn what it's trying to teach you, it's going to just present the obstacle in different ways. Hanged Man in reverse. Resistance to some kind of strategy change. Message from my guides. Message from my guides. Hurry up and wait and trust that it's so the obstacle can pass. If there's an energy right now that feels like hurry up and wait, trust, or no, it's hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait, or like I'm waiting for something that's supposed to be here and it just keeps getting pushed back. Trust that whatever's coming in is going to be better than what feels to be hesitating right now. Oh, that's a good idea. We can watch it on mute with closed captions on. I can just probably try to do a voiceover. It's only 20 minutes. I just sometimes ramble a lot, so I don't know what I was necessarily saying. But that's a good idea. I might try that. Thank you. If I can't get it to work. How can I recoup the money I lost by canceling my trip? Oh, that's your trip. First, change your mindset on it. You didn't lose money by canceling your trip. How can I reframe this? You spent money to avoid an experience that wasn't going to be in alignment with you. Now that I put that money out, now I have money coming in because I chose myself. I chose to do the right thing by myself. So first, reframe it. And second, don't expect it all to come in at once. I would honestly, when I can save $5 here, when I can save $10 there, when I can not go get that morning coffee that I want to get, and I choose to not do it that day, make a little note in your thing and watch how much that can add up. I feel like you can do it that way. I don't think it's going to come in a big chunk though, but that's okay. It may be that this experience is trying to teach you how to save better or portion better or something along those lines. I think I finally understand where and when my anxiety worth busybody was learned and integrated. Am I right about what I'm thinking this whole shift is? Also, Christine, I'll have your reading for you either today or tomorrow. The whole mic thing, technical difficulties took me all day. Anxiety worth busybody. Well, we have the Emperor upright. Anxiety worth busybody, releasing, plans falling apart. If you can just busybody and worry about it and feel like you need to put all this pressure on yourself, then it won't fall apart. But the second you do, it's all going to fall apart. I feel like yes. And with the Emperor, it pushed you into the masculine energy, anxiety, worth, busybody. I have to earn my worth. I need to perform for my worth. So I would say yes. Oops. Should I move to Florida? My fiance's sister just moved to Florida 2 days ago and then sent a picture of an alligator swimming down her backyard. Should I move to Florida? Do you have people in Florida? I feel like this is feeling away from where you want to be, almost like a homesickness that takes place right away and doesn't. 4 Cups in reverse is like, I can't get over this feeling of homesickness. I'm not saying no, but I would reevaluate. Make a pros and cons list of that compared to your second option. Any insight regarding Justin Bieber, Diddy, substance abuse, marital problems? Interesting question. Yes, let's do Justin. Speaking truth, and because there's actual value to your truth, we need to get you gone. It kind of feels like we need to shut you up now that you started speaking, or we need to make sure that things get harder for you now that you started speaking. Diddy? Oh. Diddy putting pressure on Justin by people that he trusts, because Justin's speaking truth that this is like, I got truth that I can prove, and you want to make sure it goes away. Energy between, drama, putting down a burden, disconnection. I would say that pressure is definitely coming from Diddy to Justin, and the substance abuse and marital problems. I mean, I don't know how much influence Diddy or his people could have over that, but I definitely think that there's some either stress from that way, or some pushing, or some setup, or some setting up, or something like that. Message from my higher self. Message from my higher self. What did she? One of the people that I did a podcast for said, I don't think that we're really ever, Cece. She didn't, hers airs tomorrow. Anyway, I don't think that we're really ever lost. We're always figuring out where we need to go. So right now it may feel like there's a lack of answers or a lack of clarity, but that's because what you thought before needs to be cleared, so that when the new thoughts come in, they're not mished with the old ones, if that makes sense. Oh, you like that? I'm going to post it on YouTube too. Yeah, I've been practicing a lot with intuition tests, and I'm starting to kind of come up with like a video idea of almost like an obstacle course, right? This is my idea. How that video you saw, essentially the video she's talking about, I shuffled and then put the cards flat down and then saw in my mind what was on there and then flipped them over. So I'm coming up with this video idea that's like an obstacle course. Like, you get through this level, you try this test. When you can get through all 5 of these, then you go to the next stage. Like an intuition Olympics thing. Oh, I shouldn't have said that on here. Nobody steal my idea. Anyway, so that's coming soon. Are there any messages from my Grandpa L? From Grandpa L. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. It's trying to poke you into like feeling alive again. Like, or tickle you into feeling alive again. If you follow the signs, you'll notice things are aligning in ways you hadn't expected. Yeah, because it's not happening to you. It's happening for you. It's happening to kind of wake you up and be like, oh, you know what? I am uncomfortable. Let me change something. I am frustrated. Let me do something different. I am, you know what I mean? It's like, follow the frustration and it leads to where you need to take the action. Spell on You by Twisted Insane started playing while I was casting spells. Wishing on a Star, A New Beginning. Hanged Man in Reverse. Hanged Man in Reverse, how would that translate to spells? So, wishing on a star about a new beginning, boomeranging back. It's almost like what this is saying is you're going to start to see signs of how what you wished for or cast for is going to show up in a different way than what you intended, but be exactly what you need. So you're going to get breadcrumbs so that when it comes in, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Message of guidance. Message of guidance. your neural pathways are programmed to think one thought, right? It's like this little valley that's carved in your mind, and then it just keeps running. In order to change the thoughts, you need to reprogram that neural pathway. This is like sitting down with yourself and writing down, when I have this thought, I'm going to replace it with this thought. When I'm feeling this way, I'm going to do this. I feel like the message from your guides right now is, right now you don't feel like necessarily that level of self-accountability, because you are still kind of numbed, I guess you could say. Numbed, but also feeling the numbness. So starting to kind of unpack it in that way, like, this is the thought that I keep having. When I have it, I'm going to think this instead. Maybe even putting like something on the background of your phone, like a quote or a mantra or something. Repaving those neural pathways will help it so that you break the cycle. The energy this week has been wild and full of issues created by others that I've had to clean up. Very draining. Why, and will it end soon? What internally could this be a reflection of? Wild and full of issues created by others that I've had to clean up. Will it end soon? It's not going to end until you take the action that your higher self is guiding you to take inwardly, that the outward situation is representing. What is that? Communicating confusion. You're cleaning up the mess that other people are creating, and that is symbolic of cleaning up or communicating confusion. It's preparing you for something. It's not necessarily like something you need to fix. It's something you need to experience and be in the observer mode of, because it's teaching you a skill set of a way that's going to help you soon, of how to communicate your way through other people's confusion. It's almost like your higher self is like, yeah, sorry, it kind of stinks, but it's practice. You're going to look back in a couple months and be like, oh man, I did use that. I used that skill that I didn't feel like having to deal with the learning of. Any messages from my mom? Any messages from my mom? What in your day today are you choosing simply because you're not choosing something else? Aw, Save You a Seat by Alex Warren is the song. Best friends forever. Our connection is strongest when you follow what your heart already knows. What are you choosing that you don't want to be choosing simply because you're not choosing something else? Any messages to break this procrastination deadlock? Any messages to break? This is quite literally like, when this seed that I planted isn't sprouting, I rip it up and I plant it in new soil. What new soil do you need to plant it in? Closing of a cycle. I almost feel like this is saying, get back to the drawing board, like restructure your day from the beginning. What am I waking up and doing? How can I make that better? What am I doing after that? How can I make it better? In which ways is my energy leaking? In which ways am I embodying others' projections? Get back to the drawing board and almost like rewrite it, and then follow that script and see how it plays out. The ending of a cycle, it's like the ending of the cycle feels the cycle of autopilot. Like, I'm not going to be on autopilot. I'm going to consciously choose where I'm putting my energy, choose where I'm putting my focus. So I feel like this is saying, get very clear about where you're at, because that forces your system out of autopilot. Message for the weekend. I just started playing Hero and Heroine by Boys Like Girls. Oh, from your hubby. I'm your hero and you are my heroine. Hold on, what's the lyrics? Where is it? I feel like a hero and you are my heroine. Like female hero. Please don't take me down, YouTube. Anyway, okay, let's see. Message for the weekend. That didn't shuffle at all. Message for the weekend. It's okay to not be okay. It's not okay to try and force yourself to be okay and skip over the process of actually becoming okay. I feel like the message for the weekend is sit with it. If it's joy and it comes up, sit with it. If it's resistance and it comes up, sit with it. If it's someone else's conversation and it comes up, sit with it. It's almost like your higher self is handing you all these pieces of a puzzle, and the only thing you need to do to put it together is be present. You're getting pieces of a puzzle to decide what to do next in a way that will feel natural because you'll be confident about how you came to the decision. A message for my nephew, Bubba, from his granny, Jerry. She's going to show up for him, to him, more when he's a little older. I almost feel like there's like a hesitation to scare him or something. Like I wanna show up more prominently in my signs and stuff, but I'm waiting. But I'm also watching something she's very closely watching something he's doing or working on or something like that. Take it easy. Think back to the warmth, the light. There's something waiting there. The warmth, the light, there's something waiting there. Maybe she'll show up a lot more in the summertime. Maybe that's the message too. Oh, Linda, I'm so happy to hear that. My son has been brought out of a coma, and I wish to thank everyone who offered him positive energy and prayers. I don't feel like you're in the clear yet, but Five of Swords is reversed. So it's like there is going to be some respite, some relief, some bit of a breath. But then Knight of Wands is like, okay, now we wait. I could take a breath, but now we wait. Knight of Cups in reverse. Give me one more card about that. Issue with flow. Issue with flow. Him getting back into flow or his body flowing something? Him getting back into flow. Two of Swords. Kind of both. I feel like there's definitely a lot. There's a long way to go, but I feel like you're right now in the clear, but also the like waiting period. Will I be noticed in the public eye and found by someone with getting my story out there? Will I be noticed in the public eye? Is there a way that you could start to get into the story deeper? Almost like that's the way to turn up the volume of it. Page of Wands. That's how to... this is like a very explorative card. So this is like being seen in more places than one by going deeper, or exposing shadows in a different way, something along those lines. I feel like you could, but I feel like there needs to be a plan change to make it happen. Think of like turning up the volume, but like in a quiet confidence, turning up the volume way. Did the spells not hit the target, or just going to bring someone else in? Oh, okay. Okay, so love spell. Did it hit the target that you intended? Because I said what? It's going to come in, but not in the way you expect it. So what did you... Healing? I was going to say, what did you call in? Healing that you don't have to fight with. Something that feels natural. Something that feels easy. You called in a specific person to manifest in a way that seems very natural. Almost like you wanted it to be the other person's idea of how it unfolded. Is that the person it hit? Yes, but it's not a Queen and King of Swords, but it's not coming in the way that you would expect. But it's coming in... I almost feel like you're going to realize that this isn't actually the person you want, because you called in this opportunity to see if this is someone you could be with, and I feel like you're going to find that this is not that person. I feel like that may be how it shows up, is like freeing you from it. Oh, this mic is not going to be good here. Are vocal cords frozen, and will I be able to sing again? What can we know about your vocal cords? Vulnerability when it comes to balance. Vulnerability when it comes to balance of the throat. Balance. You're saying sing again. Vocal cords frozen. I feel like some are more healed than others. Will you be able to sing again? Not in the way that you used to, but you will be able to do it. Almost like if it comes back at like 70% or 60% or something along those lines. It's like you don't get it all back, but you get some of it back, is how that looks. Will the tone deaf interview that Albert McCabe's recently did contribute to a tower moment for them? Will it contribute to a tower moment for them? I mean, it'll turn things, yeah. It'll make things a little bit more difficult for them, yeah. But they're still pulling in favors left and right. What can I pay for behind the scenes so that I can get this to go away? Will justice for John O'Keefe be served? Justice, because it wasn't Karen, and now I'm working hard to get the right people the right information. I think in time. John is always so loud. He's like, oh, justice. Here's the one card out of 78 that literally says that word on it. Thank you. Timeline of getting a new home this year or next? Not this. Next, but be a little patient because it might not be like January of next year. This year, something may fall apart. You may make some kind of commitment or get ready to make some kind of commitment. And then it's like, oh, crap, they got it out from underneath of us or something like that, or something falls apart. Next year, yes, just Knight of Cups is reversed. So some patience there. Patience during a frustrating delay. But not like a big delay, I don't think. Is it prep for new job or school wellness work? It's confusion, lack of clarity, structure. I wondered if this would help me be clear and more helpful. Oh, okay. So is what you're experiencing now with everyone else's mess preparation for new job or school wellness work? New job, school wellness work. No, I feel like new job, you're set. You know what you're doing in that environment. Wellness work, yeah, it's like you're learning how to help people get out of their own way. Like, hey, you're making a mess. Let's try and do it a different way. but like in a way that people can receive it well. Like right now, you're kind of standing back and observing, and you're like, they're making a mess. And then you're coming in and cleaning it. This is more like you're going to be strategizing to help people not continue to make messes in some way. That's the skill set that you're bringing with you. It doesn't really feel like the job, though. It feels like you're good there. Like you already know the stuff. It more just like something with wellness work that you're not anticipating needing that skill for yet. Like your higher self is like, okay, yeah, you want to do it, fine, but you need to be able to do this too. Message and song for the weekend. Vindicated by Dashboard Confessional. You're still waiting for the vindication. It's like you're waiting for someone else's actions to validate what you know to be true so that you can release and move forward, because you're like, okay, yeah, I was right about that. I don't need to keep thinking about it. Now I can let it go. What if you let it go without that proof? Because you already know you're right. This is like, you're right. You don't need to see it in order to take action to move forward. Oh, I was in your dream. I was teaching you something. What was that about? What was I teaching you? How to explore your shadows in a balanced way. That sounds about right. That checks out. Which shadow? Misnamed soul. Called things you never were. I was probably trying to help you see, look, the way they made you feel about you isn't really about you. And the shadow that it caused, although it's your responsibility to face, isn't necessarily ever who you were. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I put it in every single, I put it in Podcastle, I put it in Descript, I put it in CapCut, I put it in some like British, I think, platform that probably was going to give me a British accent, but at least it wasn't a chipmunk, but nothing worked. Nothing worked. Will I make up with my sisters A and S? A. Not right now. A is like, if I just avoid this, I don't have to deal with it. Knight of Pentacles in reverse kind of makes me feel like A is like, I know I'm kind of in the wrong here and I don't feel like dealing with it, so I'm just going to stay away. S. S is believing a truth that's contradictory to your truth, which is where the issue is coming from. So I feel like it's going to be some time. S needs to see the actual truth and not the truth that they were told by somebody else. Is Ralph ill or just being lazy or jealous of the new kittens I'm sitting for? What's Ralph's energy? Putting on the burden of impulsiveness. Ill or just being lazy? It's like a temper tantrum. Something's making me feel like acting out because I don't want these other kitties here. So I'm just withdrawing or retreating, or like, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm going into my shell. It's like a temper tantrum. Show me Ralph's temper tantrum. Immaturity, 6 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I feel like it's some bit of a temper tantrum. I don't like that the kittens are getting attention, and instead of dealing with it, I'm just gonna appear as lazy, but I'm just kind of hiding in plain sight. Do you see my NJ? Let me see if you put anything else. I see do you side. I'll scroll down and see if there's more of that. I don't know what you mean by that. I'll just pull a card for this just in case. Okay, so do you see my NJ? No. Yeah, I think I just don't have enough info for the question. What do you consider to be your strongest gift from spirit in your spiritual work? Just knowing, which has also been the hardest because my brain wants to prove. So like I can know it, but then I'll question myself a million different ways. So I'm like, well, you can't prove that. You can't prove that, which is kind of how I started coming up with like the intuition test that I referred to earlier, that type of thing where I say it and then I flip the card. That was my way of being like, okay, the knowing's there. Instead of having a card tell me where to go, I go in this direction and then have the card confirm because it's that knowing, you know what I mean? So I guess it would be that. Does Sammy have feelings towards C? Does Sammy have feelings towards C? They've soured. They're there, but they've soured. Don't want to let go completely, but the love isn't the same. Oh, thank you, Christine. Yeah, I'll probably have it tomorrow. Is this exhaustion going to shift soon? Page of Cups in reverse fell in my lap. And Page of Cups reversed. Lack of creative solutions. The exhaustion is coming from emotions that are grief is love with nowhere to go, that type of thing. Like making a choice with the lovers or decision to the sun in reverse and the moon is like the same thing, right? It's like darkness. It's like a pool that has a small tear in it and it's going to keep leaking water until the tear is fixed, right? You can fill it back up with water and it's going to get back to the top and then it's going to leak again. It's like needing to identify the leak, and the leak is the emotion that is going unchecked. And by emotion, it can also be like train of thought. Like I have this thought over and over and over and it consumes me, and everything else is like either confirming or denying the existence of the truth of that thought. And that can be exhausting. Is the apartment complex I'm planning to lease with good? Will I be approved, and how will things go? Yeah. Yeah. Is good? Yes. Will you be approved? Yes. And how will things go? It may be that you get approved super quick and then there's like a waiting period to get in, or there's like, this is some kind of frustration comes in because of a delay, but then things speed up. So it's good. It's just there's a frustrating moment on the in-between. Will the trip we're taking next month go well? Will the trip we're taking next month go well? What was that? There may be some delay, or there's something that struggles to mature, but then you make a decision and you figure it out and you get out of the issue quickly. So it's probably travel, like this way's closed, we got to take that way. But it feels like everything else goes fine. Oh, you haven't? Hold on, let me show you. 1 second, I can find it quick, I think. Oh no, I can't find it quick. It's not coming up in my pictures thing. I'll find it later. Okay. But yeah, it was swimming right down their street. Message from my guides. Message from my guides. What is your environment externally telling you about your environment internally that you may be resisting creating some kind of changes? Like just for example, my external environment is very cluttered. What do I need to release inside? What emotions or thoughts are cluttered? That kind of translation. GP thinks I have a cyst on my ovaries. Do I? And is that why I've been feeling so unwell? What is the likelihood you have any kind of cyst on your ovaries? So ovaries would be feminine. This is masculine right off the bat. The king in reverse can be a misfire. And then an offer. I misfire, I offer. I misfire, I offer. A cyst is like a pocket of something. That could be. That would kind of fit in here. Masculine energy could be it's taking you out of your feminine because it's your ovaries. That's feminine. Masculine is like there's a problem with the feminine part, you know what I mean? And then a misfire and then giving something, a misfire would be the pocket or like whatever you would call like the formation of the ovary. And then the page, the offer would be the filling of it. That I feel like that could be a potential. I would definitely get that looked into sooner rather than later. Come on, mouse. Hold on one second. Token. Oh, wait, I want to do it like this. Lightning. A lightning strike of putting your walls down. Trust that a moment of vulnerability is opening up some kind of gate that you can then use. It's almost like you're going to be vulnerable and then you're going to be like, wait, what just happened? But then it's like, okay. You know what I mean? It's some kind of release. What are my wounds with tea? What are my wounds with tea? A private battle that I'm having because a shadow wound was triggered. Lack of love, lack of communication, no closure. No closure triggers a shadow abandonment. Either abandonment or I feel like this person didn't fight for me or I feel like this person didn't give me the verbal resolution that I needed to make sense of something. Something along those lines. Will I move to my dream home by the ocean? Will I move to my dream home by the ocean? It feels like something's blocking that right now, but the Two of Wands coming out first says you could flip that around, but it doesn't look like right now that's the trajectory. Something needs to be released. What needs to be released? Plan stalling. I feel like if you want to do that, eventually start right now, every day, taking one step closer to getting those plans in order. I guess I'd say it feels like if you want that to be the case, the planning and enacting of that is going to take a while. So starting now will get you there. But if you don't start soon, it may get to a point where there's too many things to face to where you're like, I don't feel like doing that. Message from my spirit team. Message from my spirit team. Why do I feel like this is going to be something about your social media? Something about your social media. Yeah. Trust that the efforts you're putting out now are creating the foundation that will make sense later. So if things aren't taking off as quickly as you'd like, trust that when they do, you're going to look back now and say, that makes sense. I needed that video. I needed to try that series and then have it not work. It's creating some kind of foundation, so trust it. What's the energy at my next medical procedure, and what do I need to do? And what do I need to? What's the energy at my next medical procedure? Delay of flow, feeling stuck. Delay of flow, feeling stuck. Lack of progress. I don't feel like you're going to be in the clear yet. So it may be that the surgery uncovers other things that need to then be taken care of, or it's like the surgery, it may not be other things that need to surgically be taken care of, but more so like mobility and that kind of stuff and rebuilding after, or it could be that this reveals another issue. So I guess I'd say you're not in the clear yet, but you're finding out what you need to know so that you can diligently work towards being in the clear. But I don't want to say that to scare you. I don't think anything's going to go wrong. I think just afterwards, you're going to be like, okay, I got more answers. And now because of those answers, there's slightly more questions. Should I prioritize getting a current passport? Is it important to have given the current escalating political events in the United States? Should I prioritize getting a current passport? Yes, before they change the process of it. Confidence in reverse. It's like there's some step coming that's going to make something harder, to where if you do it now, you don't have to deal with that. Like they're going to add an extra step that you're going to be like, really, I should have just done this earlier. I would say yes. Advice from my guardian angel and a song from Daddy and Mom. Dark Blue by Jack's Mannequin. Are your eyes blue? Or are they brown? Dark Blue by Jack's Mannequin. I read that as Daddy to Mom the first time. Are your mom's eyes blue? One second, I'm looking at the lyrics. Have you ever been alone in a crowded room when I'm here with you? When I'm here with you. It's almost like you felt like you needed him in a moment, your dad, and you felt like he wasn't there. He wasn't close. And he's like, no, I was there. Almost like him acknowledging this now makes you just be like, oh, okay, he was there. He may have felt far away, I may have felt alone, but he's acknowledging that he was right there. So that next time you don't question it, you just know he is, even if you don't necessarily feel it. 5 of Swords. There's a moment you needed to handle on your own, I guess is how I would word that, which is why he felt a little further away, but he was still right there. Would it be a good idea to go stay with my friend Adriana in Mexico for some time in the near future? Can you go, you're saying go stay for some time. Can you go visit first? Like before just jumping ship and moving for some time or going for some time? Like if by for some time you mean a vacation, Sure, but I read this initially as moving. I don't think that that's it. I feel like if you go for a short time, though, you'll be fine. My cat Shadow is having anal gland issues. Will what they did today fix the problem? Yes. I mean, at least for now, you may need to do that on the regular. I'm just going to say this how I read it. Okay. If this is something that has to happen on the regular, is it something that you could learn how to do so that you don't need to go there to have them do it? Because this may be something that needs to be done on the regular or more regular than normal, typical. It's just, I don't know, like a buildup of something that keeps happening. Will they find anything in the blood work? I don't think so. It's giving hidden culprit, like not something that would show up on a blood test, not something fatal, but something that causes either a refill more quickly or a draining more slowly, but it doesn't feel like anything on blood work. What does Margaret need now? What does Margaret need? Kind of giving like I can't come up with a solution, and if someone else gives me one, then I can embody it and use it, but I'm having trouble being an emotional self-starter, if that makes sense. Messages and guidance for getting through these next couple months. When you can't change the obstacle, change the way you're approaching the obstacle, starting from your mindset on it. Justice here to me is hypothesis, like trial and error. Let me try this, see if it changes anything. That doesn't work. Okay, let me immediately stop, go to something else. Give yourself 2-week testing of hypotheses to see if this change helps, if that change helps. It's almost like your guides will help to that game ping pong. No, pin. Why can't I think of the where the ball comes down and you got to shoot it back up with the little things, and it's almost like your guides are helping you play that, where it looks like you're going to go down the hole and they shoot you back up at the last minute. So trial and error and testing of a hypothesis. Pinball, I think is what I want to say. Will my aunt's robotic surgery go well next week? Is it like a 2-part process or something? I feel like, yeah, it goes well, but it's like we're not done yet. Like, yeah, that went well. That was step 1, but we're not quite done yet. Oh, sorry, my leg was asleep. Leg asleep. Maybe they find something when she's asleep that they need to look into. I don't think that that's it, though. It feels like a multi-step process, but it almost feels like you don't know the other step is going to be in place yet. But I feel like it goes well. Sebastian took my hand twice when I asked him to help me with my psychic senses. A message from him. He's trying to teach you how to be present when you're questioning yourself. Like, okay, so asked to help with my psychic senses. This is like somehow my presence is helping you sit with yourself and learn how to ask the right questions. How to question your senses in a way that reveals recognition of what's already there instead of trying to test for what's not. I don't know if that makes sense. So the way that you're being helped with your psychic senses is you're being shown right now how to ask the right questions to reveal more of what you already know in a different way than you were doing in the past. There are some organizational challenges at work. Will I be happy with where I land in the mix? Will you be happy with where you land in the mix? I'd rather be in that position, but I'm okay right here. This isn't worst case scenario. Do I look forward to things getting better in the future? Definitely. But am I okay right here, right now? Yeah, I can make the best of this kind of annoying situation. Margaret with a message for her birthday from her guides and a song. Happy birthday. Your birthday present from your guides to you is that when you take one action, just one, showing that you're choosing yourself over discomfort. I wrote it that wrong. Choosing yourself even though it's uncomfortable, you're gifted then something to look forward to. It's like right now, what you really need is something to look forward to. And once you take some kind of action that shows you're choosing yourself, even though it's uncomfortable, you're gifted that thing to look forward to. I'm Cancer rising and Capricorn sun. Will all of my manifestations come true? Cancer, emotions. Capricorn, ambitious. I think you need to be very careful with what you ask for, because I think that at some point in the past, you said, I want to be ready for this. I want to learn this. I want to something. And those things are still playing out. You're still in the season of the lessons that you need to prepare you to receive and maintain that which you asked for, that you may have asked for so long ago that you forgot that you asked for it, and you're not recognizing that the lessons now are giving you what you previously asked for. So will your manifestations come true? Yes. And I think that that may be part of your frustration right now, because you're like, what is going on? You're learning a lesson that you unknowingly asked for. You know what I mean? So I guess I'd say be careful that your manifestation ability is very powerful, especially because Cancer, Capricorn, your emotions tied to your ambition. That's where our power comes from. So be mindful of what comes in the package of what you asked for. If I want to be a leader, I'm going to be tested in ways that will get me ready for leadership, that kind of thing. I have the coil in Rue Long. Is that the culprit? I have the coil in Rue Long. Is that the culprit? No. I have the coil in Rue Long. Is that the culprit? Private lack of flow when flow is available. Oh, private lack of flow when flow is available. So is coil in the Rue Long what's blocking the flow? Lack of flow. I would say you're on to something. You may need to shift your understanding on it, or maybe it's that I need to shift my understanding on the question. One of us need to shift understanding, but you're on to something. if that makes sense. Will A get restrained when she goes to the courthouse to see the judge regarding a pass ticket? Will A get restrained? I'll put it like this. I don't think right off the bat, but they're looking for a reason to. They're looking for any reason to put on a show with it. Like, what's that term? Come on, brain. Make an example out of. So I don't feel like right off the bat, but if there's anything that could even be perceived as a reason to, I feel like then they'd jump on it. You know, Deb, it's so interesting that you said this because I'm actually working on something that's very similar to this. Remember later that you said talking to my blueprint when I post a video in like a week or two. Remember that you said that. You're gonna be like, oh. What are T's wounds with me? What are T's wounds with me? What are T's wounds with me? I can't trust your intentions, but it's not really your fault. It's just because I've never been able to trust other people's intentions. And something in your energy reminded me of someone whose intentions I couldn't have trusted in the past. So even if you didn't mean it that way, that's how my brain took it. Page of Wands, Queen of Swords on either end. Inner teen. This is coming from their inner teen. Message from Sean. Message from Sean. Whatever action you just took was the right one, even though you haven't seen the results of said action yet. Just keep being consistent with whatever that was. That feels more of like acknowledgement than a message. It's not like a instruction. It's like, hey, I see you. Yes, thumbs up. Keep doing that. Is my authentic self shared experiences being highlighted? Asking Blueprint to give me direction as to what's next. Is my authentic self shared experiences being highlighted? Oh, yeah. Authentic self, shared experiences. It's like you're in the part where you're getting ready to get into more depth of wounds, but you're building the foundation of trust with your audience. So what's being highlighted is the part of you that hasn't been able to come out of the shadows. I almost said shower, which would be like intense emotions. It's like you've been afraid of the intense emotions. The part of you that hasn't been able to come out of the shadows yet because there wasn't a safe space to do that publicly, but because you've created and are creating that, now you can. So yes. The 6th anniversary of his passing is July 3rd. 6th anniversary of his passing is July 3rd. I lived by One Republic. I swear I lived. Lunchtime. Almost like spend the 3rd with me and then go out and have some fun on the 4th. Let yourself have, what's that quote? All work, no play makes sad or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's the quote he's given me. You will always have a part of me in the traditions we shared. Is that already your turn? Did you do something on the 3rd? Oh, this is the 4. Did you do something typically on the 3rd? Or do you now that's like separate from the 4th? There's some kind of something he's bringing up, and there's a house on the back of the card. My boyfriend wants to know, why is he angry all the time? Why is he angry all the time? He was always the strong one. No one ever checked on him. No one ever asked him if he was okay, if he needed anything. He always felt like he had to carry the burden of it by himself. And it's almost like for a long time, he felt like he wasn't allowed to have emotions, or that the emotions he had to suppress. And I feel like with you, there's support. And that almost in a way makes him angry for the versions of himself that didn't have that support. So it's like the anger coming from the place of, wow, if I would have been supported back then in the way you support me now, this would have been different. That would have been different. And not that like I don't like my life and I don't want to be where I'm at. It's not that. It's just like, look at what I wouldn't have had to endure if I would have had this support then. It's rightful anger, because anger is the part of us that knows mistreatment is not okay and knows we deserve better. And there's anger because like, now I'm getting better. Now I'm getting support. And I'm like, I spent all those years not having this when it was an actual thing. How do I know if and when I'm ready to start selling my art? You're already ready to start selling your art. You're asking me this question because it's an urge that you have. So what if you put something up and it doesn't sell for 6 months, if it doesn't sell for a year? So what if you have to put it on a discount? So what if, you know, the starving artist is only starving until they get one client that believes in them? So why not start now? Why not start now? The only thing stopping you is almost like a fear of letting down your higher self. Like, if I can't sell this, does it mean that I'm not really portraying the art in the way that my higher self wants me to? I would say do it. Oh, that just hit too. Is the way we are administering Simba's medication working, or do we need a pivot? Is it working? Pivot. I think you need to keep going with how you're doing it right now. It feels like you need to stick with it for longer to really know. I feel like right now, 7 of Swords, if you change it now, I don't know. It's like there may be some issue that you associate with something that it's not if you change it too soon, if that makes sense. This is impulsiveness and this is vulnerability. I would wait. I would keep doing it the way you're doing it for now. How will you know if the time comes when you need to pivot? Either mobility or energy levels. When one of them drops, you need to pivot if that were to happen. Will my daughter's business be successful? There needs to be, it's like too much is going out than what's coming in, and it's not going to be maintainable forever. I don't know if this is energy. I don't know if this is money. I don't know. It's possible for this to be the success she wants, because if we can fix the balance, we can move forward towards emotional mastery of don't overextend in some way. I would say look at where any imbalances are, where more is going out than what is coming in, and make sure that those things are corrected sooner rather than later, because it's almost like a piling up of things instead of a slow, okay, let me take this one out, now this one out. I don't have time to take all of it out at once, but I can take one at a time type thing. There's potential, but there needs to be a pivot in the business plan in some way in that regard. Or maybe not a pivot so much as like a readdressing of. What should I expect from my procedure in July in regards to success and recovery? In regards to success and recovery. It's going to take a little longer than you'd like, and you may be a little frustrated by that, but that's the more you can surrender to it, as opposed to like, why is this happening to me? Which I don't really think is your mindset, but I think your mindset is more like again, another blockage, which is understandable. But finding a way to surrender to it by making the most out of it. Let me get a new book series. Let me start a new something or other. Feeding your brain will help you not be frustrated if the healing process takes a little longer. Or like entertaining your brain, maybe is a way to say that. Will I get the job with that same leasing office? If I do, it'll be 20% off my rent. Oh. I don't think so. Like they're back and forth between you and another person maybe, and they end up going with the other person. I don't think so. But this kind of feels like there's something that's freeing you up to focus on that would be better. Maybe that is showing you that that's a type of job you desire, and now you can look for something that would be better. I guess I want to word it like this. It feels like they're trading that 20% off of your rent for something that you're not going to like. So like whether that's the money you're making being low, whether the hours are inconvenient or something like that. New member, thank you. I'm going to start using tarot for these instead of the other deck. They're all a bridge. Whatever it is that you're resistant to, scared of, hesitating on changing is exactly what sets you free. It's like whatever it is that keeps popping up as like a nagging thought where like I should do this, or I should look into that, or I should make that change. That's not even your brain. That's your higher self being like, okay, download thought, and you receiving thought. So take action on that. Whatever comes through for me. Whatever comes through for me. You have dissolved the, like rose-colored glasses, but these were like foggy glasses that were not allowing you to see what about yourself? Oh, that you're ready to go, that you already have everything you need. You're dissolving the filter on the glasses that's making you feel like you need to wait around for something that you don't have. This is like we fixed the confidence, now it's go time. I'm feeling tired all the time. What can I do to feel better? Feeling tired. What can I do? What was your earlier message? You're doing something good. Keep doing that. The tiredness is because you need to rest. It's almost like your physical body in your mind is reading separate from your emotional body or your spiritual body, but your emotional body and your spiritual body have been running like a marathon. So your physical body's like, okay, hang on a hot second, let's rest. And you're like, but I haven't been physically doing that much, but like your emotions, your mind have. Let yourself rest for right now. You're feeling tired all the time because your body's like, if you don't want to rest, I'm gonna. When you let yourself rest without guilt or without like let your mind rest too, you won't be as tired. It's like you're resting, but you're not truly resting. You're resting out of exhaustion. You got to rest your way out of the exhaustion so you can get back to balance of rest. It's been known to disregard medical advice. Oh, that's why you asked me about his outlook on life. What can we know? Linda, what would your parents say to you now about what's going to happen going forward in regard to him disregarding medical advice? It's like for a while he does, and then it starts to tamper out again. It's like he needs someone to stay on him because the King of Wands in reverse, the second I don't feel like doing it anymore, I'm not gonna. 9 of Wands, that puts me into a vulnerable position. 6 of Pentacles reverse, that's kind of a one-way street towards 3 of Wands, what I expect to happen if I don't take action in whatever way I'm told to. Would it be fair to say that this is your parents saying you're going to really have to stay on his butt, especially after a couple months of being well? Because if I feel okay, I'm going to get kind of like laissez-blah. Laissez-blah is what's coming through. Release. Yeah. I'll protect and then release. So when I don't feel like I need to be in survival mode, I'll start to get lackadaisical, I guess, with it. So I feel like you're going to have to stay on him about it. Would getting a new car be a good idea right now? I feel like you have the means, the will, and there's no issues to get the car. So I would say, yeah. Message and song regarding my finances. Regarding my finances. Could you type your exact situation into like ChatGPT or something and then have ChatGPT or even Google bring up someone who talks about that specific, I almost want to word it as like shift of investment. You are a very fast learner. You just haven't been taking in the reprogramming of what's possible in your specific financial frustration. There's some podcast or YouTube or something that's going to interest you that you're going to find it fun to learn about, and it's going to give you the exact insight you need to make a little shift that brings big ripple effects. I'm seeing that guy. He has like very short, I don't know his name at all, but I see him on my Instagram sometimes. He's like a money guy. It's like very short black hair with like a full, very short beard. I don't know his name. If I can find it, I'll tell you. Will my niece do well at the facility they are sending her to? Will my niece do well? I feel like you kind of anticipate it taking a minute for her to get her footing and then her being okay. And I feel like that's the case. There may be some homesickness or like some resistance to being there at first, but I feel like that fades. So I feel like she'll do good, but not immediately. There's going to be immediate pushback and then it gets calmer. My grandson has problems with listening when you tell him to stop doing something. Any advice how to communicate with him better? Speaking without words. It's giving words don't work. Would there be some kind of chart that you could create? And it's like, I'm not gonna yell at you. I'm not gonna correct you. I'm just gonna get your attention and we're gonna walk over here together and we're gonna put an X on your chart. That, maybe try that, see if that works. But this is quite literally like, he's not listening to you. He can't, I'm talking and it's going through this veil and it's not going in the ears. I'm not hearing you. So maybe like a visual learner of let's walk over and we'll put an X on your chart together type of thing. Will John O'Keefe's niece and nephew ever believe Karen is innocent, and will they try to reach out to her? No, I think they may try and reach out to her to try to be like, I know you did it. I don't even think that. No, I don't see that. Maybe if upon this tower, like if someone else is in jail for it, but short of that, I don't think so. Unless they have undeniable evidence to the contrary, which would be like someone else literally being locked up for it, then I think that it's going to be difficult for them to come to that conclusion. Beth, a message and song from her father in heaven for her birthday. Oh, there he is. There she is. What I want to say to you is, Who You'd Be Today by Kenny Chesney and the Graduation. Oh, Who You'd Be Today. Graduation. You've become the person that I always knew you would be, like in a good way. Like, I'm proud of the person that you've become. I always knew you could do it. 7 and 7. What I hope you realize is I am at peace and I want that for you too. I am at peace and I want that for you too. And behind, on the bottom of the deck was this card, my best friend and the guy drinking I'm at peace. It's like his version of peace, just kind of like no stress, sitting back in my lounger. And I want that to translate to you knowing that I'm okay so you can be too. Will a man from my past resurface and will it end in a positive outcome? Was he the missing soulmate? I don't think that anyone's resurfacing right now. I think that what's happening is something allowed you to start to feel your emotions again. And your brain is like, oh, when's the last time I felt emotions like this? Oh, let me connect that to this experience. Oh, that person must be coming back. I don't think it's that, though. I think you're just getting back in flow with your own emotions. Yeah. Flow, because you're no longer resisting surrender. Was he the missing soulmate? He may have been someone who was meant to help guide your soul, but I don't think the answer is yes in the way that you're meaning that question. Like the one. Will there be any attacks in the U.S. over the 4th of July weekend, especially at large firework events and music festivals? Oh, yeah. We're going to hear about a plan fumbled, like this person planned on this, or this person was caught with this in this way, or something like that. I would say the big one that everyone's fearing, I don't think so, no. But I feel like there's going to be something in another country, though, that happens on that day. But I don't think it's here. Yeah, Queen of Cups. I don't think it's here. Queen of Cups was to confirm the High Priestess card, if I was reading it right. Yeah, I feel like something happens on the other side of the ocean. But maybe a weather thing? I don't know. No, I think the answer to that is no. What healing method or methods would be most beneficial for my healing and mind reprogramming? Third eye, emotional death. What healing method or methods would be most beneficial for my healing mind reprogramming? This is going to sound weird, but this is what I'm getting. Maybe not weird. It's going to sound very specific from your spirit team. List the 5 most impactful tower moments of your life and either write, record, or something yourself describing those events as if you are a narrator observing it. Don't know what that's going to unlock, but that's what I'm getting. It's almost like that will help you see those versions of you that had to survive in those moments as separate from who you are now, and you can then have more compassion for them. That makes sense. That's what I'm getting. Any messages from my mom? I feel like she is trying to tell me something. Any messages from my mom? What is she trying to tell you? It's not, how do I word this? Fear makes the wolf look bigger. So whatever it is that you're fearing facing, when you face it, you're going to realize it wasn't really that scary and that you're actually way more ready to handle it than you're giving yourself credit for. Yeah, locked out in the cold. The only way out is through. The only way out. Did she like poetry? The only way out is through, and that's what I want for you, is what I just heard. The only way out is through, and that's what I want for you. Oh, it's a scene of therapy. So I'm not saying that's necessarily what she's saying, but a therapy is like, it's this. It's I'm not fearing it, I'm facing it. Fix You by Coldplay. You've already survived. Yeah, see? Fear makes the wolf look bigger. You've faced things way harder than this before. 8765. You've already survived loss that you never thought you'd recover from. You've faced way harder than whatever it is you're fearing facing. And it says interest, classic or vintage items. So maybe drawing attention to something you have of hers that would solidify that like encouragement part of the message. Should I take a step back and stop covering up other managers' mistakes by picking up their work? Is there a way you can do this where you're not being like, hey, look what I'm doing, everybody, I'm cleaning up the mess. But like others can start to slowly see that you're doing this without you making it obvious. Not in like a malicious way, but in like a whatever you're doing isn't really fair because I don't think you're getting paid to clean up these messes. So if you start to do it in that way, either they become more resistance to creating the problems in the first place, or people will start to at least see the truth so that if you do back away, it can't be flipped against you. Anyway, I feel like what this is saying is be mindful of them using that against you. Like you're doing something as a favor, but when you stop, now you're the bad person. So try to play it so that that can't happen. My whole philosophy for school wellness is not adding more to your plate, but shifting your relationship with your plate. Oh, so focusing on how to do what you have to do well and aligned with wellness. Not trying to add wellness and fluff like pizza parties, but really getting communicate. Okay, so you're learning now how to teach people to identify what needs to be taken off their plate that's creating the mess. Yeah, I mean, it feels like you're learning a skill set for that. So not the job itself. Yeah, tools that will help you overpower other people's resistance to doing it that way because they're used to doing it the old way. I guess that's the skill set that you're getting. How am I so far behind? All right, I'm going to start doing speed ones because I'm going to hop off in about 25 minutes. I did that one. Will my arm get better soon so I can play volleyball again? I feel like it's going to take some time, and I feel like there needs to be a focus on mobility in order to get that to happen. I think it's going to be some time, though. It's possible, but it's going to take some time. New member, thank you. What encouragement do you need to hear? Sleep on it. If the decision doesn't come right away, that's okay. It just means you need more data points. Just allow yourself the space and they will come to you. Don't try and force a decision when you're not ready to yet. Message for love. Those are the same 3 cards, aren't they? I guess you needed the same message. I shuffled. That's crazy. Sleep on it. Don't force a decision. If you're trying to make a decision, you don't have all of the data points yet, wait and create the space for them to come in. Did I accidentally scroll back up? No, I didn't. What major arcana card am I now on the Fool's journey? That's a good question. Heart, root, darkness. Heart, root, darkness. What emotion still makes you feel like stability will be ripped out from underneath of you whenever it's attained? Root chakra. And the sun in reverse. So you're trying to identify where my emotions are blocking flow in my root chakra. Yeah, mirror work is real. Mirror work. If you go in the Library of Souls, Humans for Humanity page, I have in the beginning a whole section on like the neural programming of mirror work. And then the one book that I'm still redoing is that as well. It really, because when you're looking in the mirror, you're seeing yourself in a way that you don't when you're talking to someone else. So it like validates that in a different way. Maybe I'll do a mirror work video. Should I do a mirror work video? Let me know what you'd like to see in a mirror work video. Like what approach, I guess. What shadow do I need to focus on healing currently? What shadow do I need to focus? The kept silence. Truth swallowed to keep the peace. Your throat chakra. Expression alleviates the blockage. Why do I always feel I never quite fit in to certain situations? Because you feel like you have to simplify your communication skills to make other people understand you, and doing that makes you continuously overthink. Am I simplifying them enough? Am I coming off as distant because I'm in the process of simplifying? Am I talking to them like I think they're stupid? Or is there any potential that they feel like I'm talking to them like they're stupid because I'm trying to simplify? Am I oversimplifying? It feels like that. It feels like for a long time you had to block your intelligence or hide your intelligence, and this is your brain being like, I don't know if it's safe. I don't know if it's safe. It feels like that. My Aunt Irma has a chronic cough and wheezing in her chest. She was diagnosed with RSV last year. Is that still the cause or something else? What could that irritate? Like chronic cough and wheezing in her chest. So that's causing not buildup or pressure. You know, when something isn't working right and the body overcompensates for it, it feels like that. So it feels like it's still that. It's still RSV, but RSV has caused a secondary issue, it feels, because of prolonged lack of functionality from the body in that area. So it's like, that's it, but there's also something else. My surgery is for compressed blood flow. Oh, okay. Yep. So the cards make sense. Will the one compression lead to finding more compression? Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Once we're in there, we realize something we weren't expecting that's going to require some kind of problem solving. I would say yes. I would say that's most likely what those previous cards were meaning, yeah. Top 3 favorite. Honestly, probably this one, just because I really like the size and the bendability. And I like how it's pretty much the regular deck, but the backgrounds they changed. Of course, not on the 2 cards that I showed. Some of the backgrounds they changed. So that one. The what is that one with like the box on it? There's that one I have where it has the box. It begins with a U. I don't remember what it's called. That one, and probably the Light Seers. This one, the one with the box, and the Light Seers are probably my 3 favorite. I think I'm going to try and do soon showing all the decks since I finally have my shelves. Nice. Oh, okay. You have the coil. You've had the coil in too long. Is that the culprit? Waiting to be sedated so they won't. Okay. So how did I word that? Like, yes, but a different understanding of it. Okay. So I said either you or me need a different understanding. So it was probably me. Is that the culprit? Something that's not working well with your body that's causing it's not working with my body, but I don't know how to fight it. So I'm compensating in a different way. I would say yes. I would say yes. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Shandy. All work and no play make Jack a dull boy. Yeah, that's the quote. That's the quote. Any message for me? Any message for me? The cards didn't shuffle. Cards didn't shuffle. Emotional turbulence is teaching you what right now? Excuse me, card. Teaching you clarity coming from disconnection and balance. Emotional turbulence is causing you. If it feels like right now no one's supporting you in the right way or no one's like getting it, like, and you're almost like, I don't even feel like trying to open up and be supported because no one's going to get it. It's just because right now the only one who's really going to understand the depth of everything you're going through is you. So right now, in lieu of having more people let you down, just the depth that you're swimming in is very deep. Allow yourself to just kind of not frantically swim, but just float to the surface and kind of like ride the waves, so to speak. I guess I'd say people are going to unintentionally disappoint you right now in terms of support because of the depth of what you're feeling. So just allow yourself to be that for yourself right now. Message and a song. Message and a song. Until the Day I Die by Story of the Year. Until the Day I Die. Don't give up on whatever this is. Right now you feel like this, but there's a solution to the problem that's going to help you get into calmer waters and feel like, man, I did that all by myself. Keep going. Keep going. Make lists, make notes, make progress reports. Identify where the problem's coming from and every day make some kind of progress report. You're going to start to track where the issue is or the resistance is. Any guidance for boyfriend to heal emotional constipation? Oh, I like that term. I like that term, emotional constipation. This would be that. This other card like whoosh, fell off the deck. Chosen burden in reverse, uninitiated adult in reverse, or upright. Chosen burden in reverse is like, I don't want to pick up the burden. It's going to be heavy. Emotional constipation, uninitiated adult. The first step is to talk it all out with himself because he's never had anyone, I feel like, until you, or at least not to the level before that you hold, where he could really let this stuff out. Before he can trust anyone else with the depth of it, he needs to see it for himself. Like, I know that a little bit ago everyone was saying mirror work. That's the answer. Mirror work. Maybe you could give him, because you're there, you see the daily things. So maybe you could give him a sentence of like, when I'm feeling frustrated, I shut down. That's it. Then leave him in the room to go talk about it with himself, or even send him out to his own car where he knows no one can hear him. It's like he needs to create safe space and then be willing to step into the safe space. Once he can practice that with himself, he can do that more with you or other support systems. But it's like he just doesn't have the tools yet to let it out because it's never felt safe, which is where the anger is coming from. So mirror work. Chat where all caps is allowed. Yeah, we yell here. We yell. And Lynn, I didn't see your comment. We don't consider it yelling. I'm like, we yell. Yeah, it's easier to read. Absolutely. One sec, I'm scrolling. Tarot and mediumship. Message about Charlie and I's relationship and a song. Message about Charlie and I's relationship and a song. Oh, Bruised by Jack's Mannequin. An offer in which I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And Four of Wands in reverse is like a lack of commitment. It almost feels like you each need to bring to the table what you want and see if you can get on the same page about wanting the same things, because right now there's lack of clarity, but because there's lack of clarity, there's hesitancy to even address it. So there needs to be a hard conversation about what each of you want and if that is in alignment with one another. Until then, it feels like it's going to sit at a standstill. Does my boyfriend have a message from me from the other side? Does my boyfriend have a message from the other side? You're deserving of the compassion that you pour out for others, and what that is causing a blockage in right now is that root chakra, that stability, that security, that feeling like you're constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop. When you start to pour into yourself in more radical ways, you'll be able to kind of get rid of the feeling of continuously waiting for the other shoe to drop, and you deserve that. You deserve to not have to feel like you're constantly waiting for it to drop. Oh, feet walking up a step, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Somewhere Over the Rainbow is the song. You've made it farther than you think because you've survived every hard day so far. Like there's nothing that could happen that could trip you up because you've already made it through worse. First reading on haunted homes with tarot was well received. Any insight coming through? Any insight coming through? You made a decision to do something different going into this that made you stand out just enough, a little bit more from the competition. Water that seed. That's your thing. Like, there's been a seed planted. Now you're responsible for nurturing it and having it grow. But it's like something in here unlocked like a, I don't know, like what could later be like a signature move. And this is how it was birthed. But it's like a decision you consciously made. Like, I'm going to show up this way, or I'm going to speak about it in this way, or I'm going to come at it from this perspective. You made a conscious choice. Now it's about watering that seed. Direct message from my guides. Advice moving forward. Hot air balloon. It's less about moving forward and more about moving upward, higher perspective. So you will move forward when you get the higher perspective, and the higher perspective comes from cutting the bungee cords that are right now blocking the higher perspective. It's not about forcing forward movement right now. Sorry, my foot is numb again. It's not about forcing forward movement right now. It's about identifying what is not supposed to come with you. Once you do that, the door in front of you will appear. Uh-oh. 1 second. Oh, I said the door in front of you will appear, and then I dropped 5 of Pentacles in reverse on the floor. That's getting in from a bad situation. What? Oh, I need to close super chats. Super chats are closed. I don't know. Can't go to the list right now. What am I not seeing right now? The solution comes internally, not externally, and you're waiting around for something that you don't need because the answer is within. And it all comes down to what is an automatic program about finances that's running in your mind, and how long has it been running on autopilot? Because that points to a time in your life, almost like where the root chakra was put on hold, and now you can unthaw it by reprogramming whatever belief your mind is telling you about money or finances or stability that's not actually true. I need to work really hard to make ends meet. I need to work 20 hours a day to be successful. Like, it's giving work smarter, not harder. Reprogram the thought that tells you that the opposite of that. Let me close these 1 second. It's not showing me any of my... Oh, I didn't even... Oh, that's subscribers. I didn't even have the banner up in the first place. That's good. That's good. Ironically, current job keeps randomly asking me to work and meet during my summer break, paid break. Will this continue? I feel like, yeah. I mean, they may eventually let up if you kind of put your foot down and you're like, stop calling me. But short of that, I feel like they're going to keep pushing it just in different ways. Advice until you quit in 2 weeks. Advice until you quit. Don't volunteer that information until it's time. Don't. It's almost like if they found out early, it would put them into this like, oh, well, you owe me to like do all of this extra stuff. And we're going to, I don't know. It's like, don't unnecessary drama. Keep at bay anything offered that would create unnecessary drama. Message from spiritual team with a token. Umbrella. You're going to find that you're right about something you didn't want to be right about. Just know that it's happening as a release and not as a punishment, and that you're more than ready to handle it. It's coming to your awareness to show you that your red flag scanner is working very well. And you're going to get proof of that, which is going to kind of stink. But at the same time, you're going to be like, well, at least I know it's working now, because I shouldn't have known that unless my red flag scanner was working, type of thing. All right, I'm going to do about 5 more, and then I have to go feed Gavin. I kind of caught up. Will I move in the next 3 to 6 months? 3 to 6 months, no. I feel like you're making progress on the planning, but something outside of your control is keeping it not happening in that time frame. Can I trust Jim? Can I trust Jim? I mean, I don't think this person's out to get you. I just feel like if it's you versus me and I have to kind of step on you to be okay, will I? Yeah, but not unless I have to. I wouldn't put too much stock into it. I would go into it with low expectations, I guess, is what I'd say. I lost my dad and twin sister a year apart. I'm wondering if they're behind the changes and realizations that have happened to me in the past 2 years. Oh, yeah. As an offering of love, we're showing you what you weren't seeing before. This is darkness. This in reverse is also darkness, but this is an offer of love. So like now that we're over here, we're helping you see what you couldn't see before because now we can, and we're doing it out of love. Jack and the Beanstalk plants a little seed, and that allows him to climb all the way up. They plant a little seed of thought in your mind, and then you're like, oh, where'd that come from? Let me unpack that. Let me expand on it. That's how they're working with you. Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Marvin Gaye. Are they behind the changes? Yes, because there ain't no mountain high enough to keep them from getting to you. What's ahead of you is lighter than what you're leaving behind. Behind, ahead of you. And also on the bottom of the deck, this is the sign that you've been waiting for, followed by I miss you. This is your twin sister, the I miss you, and this is your dad. Oh, thank you, Jeanette. Trying to see if there's anyone I didn't get. Let me scroll down to the bottom. Yeah, the Light Seers was actually my very first deck. That's when I got into tarot. And I wasn't even into tarot and then got the deck. I saw the deck and was like, I want this. Don't know why. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then I got it and I opened it in my kitchen, in the little corner of my kitchen where I make all Gavin's food at. And I just started bawling. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Another new adventure. Why am I crying? Oh, yes. I'm definitely going to do the mirror work video soon. Somebody please remind me if I forget. Do I have any talent for reading tarot? What would unlock your ability to read tarot more efficiently? Let's word it like that. The only thing that's blocking you is your belief that like, oh, well, why would spirit choose me for this? What do I have to offer? That's the only thing. Once you say, oh, my experiences are valuable and I can use these cards to help people off of my experience or even myself, the only thing holding you back and keeping you out is feeling like you don't have anything to offer with it. So if you choose, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to bring in some kind of light with it, it will unlock. Message from Heyoka Tribe. Message from Heyoka Tribe. You're not alone in that mindset. Now use it to help yourself grow. You're not alone in that mindset. Now use it to help yourself grow. Something in that tribe's mindset is the key to helping you work smarter, not harder. Messages from the other side for me in a song. Oh, thank you. I guess you provide her with abundance and health. Oh, thank you. Message from the other side, song or prayer. Someone on the other side is trying to help you trust yourself as it pertains to a decision where you already have the answer. You just don't have the ability to trust because other people have let you down in decisions where, in cases where in the past you made the right decision, but the other person chose to let you down. So now you're struggling to trust your decision making. So someone on the other side is trying to help you trust your decision making. Because you're running in a hamster wheel about it. You're thinking and thinking and thinking, but you already have the answer just the way you are. Rest is important because you can't carry everything alone forever. They're like, let me help you. Let me help you help yourself by showing you can trust yourself. Okay, yeah, I would say keep it that way. I can definitely see them being, I don't know. It's like, okay, well, here's the workload that we could have been giving you the whole time, but we didn't. And you're like, none of this was ever my responsibility. Like that kind of thing. All right, last one. What shadow causes you to get in your own way? What shadow causes you to get in your own way? The held breath. Afraid to exhale in case it all falls apart. I'm an expert at getting in my own way. So your mantra is what I am not changing, I am choosing. Held breath is like, I don't want to do anything because everything's okay right now. And if I change anything, it's all going to fall apart. This is like, okay, but there's things in here that I don't like, but I'm continuing them out of habit because it feels safer. What you are not changing, you are choosing. And held breath, when you start to take action on what you were resisting changing, it allows you to start to take those breaths. And you're like, okay, I took a step, nothing bad happened. Okay, now I can take another one, that kind of thing. All right, everyone, I'm going to hop off. Thank you for being here. I'm going to try and get a true crime video out for you tomorrow. Hopefully it will be that Suzanne video. I have to post it. So at the very least, I'll just do the titles, or I'll try to do a voiceover and you'll just have to bear with me. There is a video tonight coming out, or not tonight, 3 p.m., like 2.5 hours. Nikki, who I did a mediumship reading for last year, and she's also coming on the podcast. She wrote a letter to her mom as like a trailer for her upcoming podcast. And I used the Afterlife Outbox deck to respond to the letter. And her mom used all of the symbolism from the previous reading in how the cards came out. The sound is a little weird because I've just been having technical issues all week. But anyway, so that comes out. And I also have a podcast episode with Cece, who is a life and love and manifestation coach, that comes out on Friday. It's actually kind of similar to my interview in a way, but like if I wouldn't have avoided healing for so long. Okay. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you to my mods. I will see you all soon.